What if I told you that spending $70,000 on a Lexus could actually be a worse decision than buying a $30,000 Toyota? Imagine walking into a Lexus dealership, that premium showroom with its white gloves and green tea service, believing you're about to make the ultimate luxury purchase. The badge screams prestige, the leather smells expensive, and everyone knows Lexus means reliability wrapped in luxury. But here's the brutal truth they won't tell you while you're sipping that complimentary beverage. Some Lexus SUVs are absolute home runs that justify every penny, while others are overpriced disappointments that'll have you questioning your life choices every time you make that hefty monthly payment. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on Lexus's 2025 SUV lineup, exposing the 3 models you should avoid like the plague, and revealing the 4 that actually deliver on the luxury promise. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly which Lexus deserves your driveway and which ones deserve to stay on the lot. Let's get into it. The 3 worst Lexus SUVs you should avoid. 1. Lexus UX. Let's start with the smallest and arguably the most disappointing vehicle in the Lexus lineup, the UX. This subcompact luxury crossover epitomizes everything wrong with badge engineering and lazy product planning, and here's why it should be at the bottom of your shopping list. The Lexus UX starts at around $38,000, which sounds reasonable for a luxury brand until you realize what you're actually getting. Strip away the Lexus badge and the fancy grille, and you're looking at a Toyota Corolla Cross with nicer leather. Except the Corolla Cross is actually more practical and costs $15,000 less. The UX is the automotive equivalent of putting lipstick on a pig, except the pig was already perfectly fine and didn't need overpriced cosmetics. Under the hood, you'll find a pathetic 169 horsepower from a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine, the exact same power plant you'll find in economy Toyotas. In a vehicle weighing over 3,600 pounds and wearing a luxury badge, this is inexcusable. Acceleration is glacial, merging onto highways requires planning and prayer, and the engine has to scream at high RPMs just to maintain highway speeds. The continuously variable transmission makes everything worse, creating a droning, unrefined noise that's completely inappropriate for a vehicle calling itself a Lexus. There's a hybrid version, the UX 250h, that adds electric motors for a combined 181 horsepower, 12 additional horsepower. Let that sink in. You're paying thousands more for hybrid technology that barely moves the needle on performance. Yes, fuel economy improves to the low 40s combined, but you can get similar efficiency from a Toyota RAV4 hybrid that costs significantly less and offers dramatically more space and capability. Speaking of space, the UX's interior is claustrophobic. Rear seat passengers will find their knees jammed against the front seat backs. Headroom is limited for anyone over 5'8", and the cargo area is laughably small. You'll struggle to fit a week's worth of groceries back there, let alone luggage for a weekend trip. The materials quality is decent, sure, with soft-touch surfaces and nice stitching, but you're paying luxury prices for economy car dimensions. The driving experience is equally disappointing. The ride is firm and choppy, transmitting every road imperfection directly into the cabin. The handling is numb and uninspiring, with vague steering and excessive body roll in corners. Lexus claims they tuned it for a sporty feel, but the reality is, it's neither comfortable like a proper luxury vehicle, nor engaging like a true sports crossover. It exists in an awkward middle ground, failing at both objectives. Technology inside the UX is frustratingly outdated. The infotainment system uses Lexus's ancient remote touch interface, a trackpad-style controller that's about as intuitive as performing surgery with oven mitts. Simple tasks like changing radio stations or entering navigation destinations become exercises in frustration. The screen is small, the graphics look like they're from 2010, and the whole system feels generations behind what you'll find in competitors from BMW, Mercedes, or even mainstream brands like Mazda. 2. Lexus GX. Now let's talk about a vehicle that costs significantly more but disappoints in completely different ways. The Lexus GX. This body-on-frame luxury SUV has its fans, sure, but for most buyers in 2025, it represents poor value and outdated thinking. The GX starts at around $65,000 and quickly climbs past $75,000 once you add any options worth having. For that money, you're getting a vehicle that feels fundamentally out of touch with modern expectations. Yes, it received a redesign for 2024 that carried into 2025, but many of the core issues remain. Let's start with fuel economy, which is abysmal. The GX uses a twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 producing 349 horsepower, which sounds impressive until you realize it's returning fuel economy in the mid-teens in real-world driving. We're talking 15 to 17 miles per gallon in mixed use, numbers that are embarrassing in an era where full-size SUVs are achieving better efficiency. You're not just paying a premium to buy the GX, you're paying a premium every single week at the gas pump. The on-road driving experience is truck-like because, well, it is a truck. The GX is based on the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado platform, a body-on-frame design that prioritizes off-road capability over on-road refinement. The ride quality is choppy and unsettled, especially on rough pavement. The handling is ponderous and vague, with excessive body roll in corners and steering that feels disconnected from the front wheels. For a vehicle costing as much as a Mercedes GLE or BMW X5, both of which drive like luxury cars should, the GX feels agricultural and unrefined. Inside, while the materials are nice and the build quality is solid, the design feels cramped and awkward. The dashboard layout is busy and cluttered, with too many buttons and controls competing for attention. The infotainment screen, while larger than before, still uses a system that lags behind competitors in terms of responsiveness and graphics quality. The third row is essentially unusable for adults, suitable only for small children on short trips. For a vehicle this large and expensive, the inefficient packaging is frustrating. The GX's biggest problem is its identity crisis. It wants to be a luxury SUV for comfortable highway cruising, but the truck-based platform works against that goal. It wants to be an off-road capable adventurer, but most GX buyers will never take it further off-road than a gravel driveway. And for those who do want serious off-road capability, the Toyota 4Runner offers similar hardware for $20,000 less, or the new Land Cruiser does it better for less money. 3. Lexus NX250. Rounding out our worst three is the base Lexus NX250, a vehicle that proves not all versions of a good SUV are worth buying. The NX lineup as a whole has its merits, but the entry-level NX250 is a cynical attempt to lower the barrier to entry while stripping away everything that makes the NX compelling. The NX250 starts around $43,000, which positions it as the affordable way into the NX lineup. But affordable is relative, and what you're getting for that money is deeply underwhelming. Under the hood sits a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine producing just 203 horsepower. In a vehicle weighing nearly 4,000 pounds and wearing a luxury badge, this engine is completely inadequate. Acceleration is labored and slow, with the NX250 taking over 9 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. That's not just unimpressive, it's potentially dangerous in situations requiring quick acceleration to merge or avoid hazards. The 8-speed automatic transmission does its best to extract performance from the anemic engine, but there's only so much you can do when you simply don't have enough power. The real kick in the teeth is that Lexus offers the NX350, which uses a turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder producing 275 horsepower for only a few $1,000s more. The NX350 transforms the driving experience, providing adequate power and responsive acceleration. So why does the NX250 exist? It's a vehicle designed to hit a price point for advertising purposes, a way for Lexus to claim a lower starting price while knowing full well that anyone who test drives it will immediately want to upgrade. The NX250 also lacks many features that should be standard on a luxury vehicle at this price point. Basic safety features are there, but convenience items like a power lift gate, heated steering wheel, and premium audio system are either optional or unavailable. You're paying luxury prices but getting an experience that feels surprisingly stripped down and basic. Fuel economy, which should be the NX250's saving grace, is merely adequate rather than impressive. You'll see around 25 to 28 miles per gallon in mixed driving, numbers that many non-luxury crossovers match or exceed, while offering more power and features. The efficiency simply doesn't justify the performance compromise. The 4 best Lexus SUVs you should buy. 1. Lexus RX 350 and RX 500h. Now let's shift to the vehicles Lexus got right, starting with their bestseller and the SUV that defines the luxury crossover segment, the RX. Specifically, the RX 350 and the range-topping RX 500h represent two different approaches to excellence. The RX has been Lexus's bread and butter for decades, and the latest generation shows exactly why. This is a vehicle engineered with obsessive attention to detail, designed to deliver the smooth, quiet, comfortable luxury experience that Lexus built its reputation on. Starting around $50,000 for the RX 350, you're getting genuine luxury without the ridiculous price tags of German competitors. The RX 350 uses a 2.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder producing 275 horsepower. And unlike the underpowered engines in some other Lexus models, this one feels perfectly suited to its application. Acceleration is brisk and confident. The 8-speed automatic transmission shifts smoothly and intelligently, and the powertrain delivers power in a refined, linear manner that never feels harsh or unrefined. The technology has finally caught up to competitors. The infotainment system uses a proper touchscreen interface that's responsive and intuitive, a massive improvement over the trackpad systems in older Lexus models. The graphics are sharp and modern, and the system integrates seamlessly with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The digital gauge cluster is crisp and customizable, providing information clearly without being overwhelming. But the real star of the RX lineup is the RX 500hf Sport Performance. This is Lexus flexing, showing they can build something that's not just comfortable but genuinely quick. The hybrid powertrain combines a turbocharged engine with electric motors for a combined output of 366 horsepower, making this the quickest RX ever built. 0 to 60 happens in under 6 seconds, which is legitimately fast for a luxury crossover. What makes the RX 500h special is that it achieves this performance without sacrificing the refinement and comfort that define the nameplate. The ride remains composed and comfortable, the cabin stays whisper quiet, and fuel economy remains respectable in the high 20s. It's the best of both worlds, offering performance when you want it and luxury when you need it. The RX also offers hybrid versions across the lineup, including the RX 350h that provides excellent fuel economy in the mid-30s, combined without sacrificing much performance. For buyers prioritizing efficiency, it's an excellent choice that doesn't feel like a compromise. 2. A Lexus TX. Moving up in size, the all-new Lexus TX represents the brand's first proper 3-row luxury crossover, and it's a vehicle that was worth the wait. This is Lexus directly challenging the Acura MDX, Infiniti QX60, and other 3-row luxury crossovers, and it's doing so with characteristic Lexus competence. The TX starts around $55,000, which is competitive for the segment, and it delivers the space and capability that families actually need. Unlike some 3-row vehicles where the third row is an afterthought, the TX was designed from the ground up to accommodate 3 rows of adults comfortably. The second row offers generous legroom and reclining seats, while the third row, though not massive, can actually fit adults for reasonable distances without complaints. Lexus offers the TX in multiple configurations to suit different needs. The TX 350 uses the same 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder as the RX, producing 275 horsepower. It's adequate for moving the larger TX, though it can feel a bit strained when fully loaded with passengers and cargo. The TX 500h uses the more powerful hybrid setup from the RX 500h, delivering 366 horsepower and much more confident acceleration. For most buyers, the hybrid makes sense both for performance and efficiency. Cargo space is generous even with all 3 rows in use, and with the third row folded, the TX offers class-competitive storage that'll handle family vacations, home improvement store runs, and everything in between. The power liftgate has a hands-free function, and the cargo area features thoughtful touches like bag hooks and a sliding cargo tray. The driving experience is classic Lexus, smooth, quiet, and comfortable. The ride quality is excellent, absorbing road imperfections with grace while maintaining enough body control to feel stable and secure. Handling is predictable and confidence-inspiring, with the TX feeling smaller and more maneuverable than its substantial size would suggest. It's not sporty, but that's not the point. It's designed to transport families in comfort and style, and it excels at that mission. Technology is comprehensive, with a large touchscreen, digital gauge cluster, and available features like a head-up display, panoramic view camera system, and premium Mark Levinson audio. The Safety System Plus suite is standard, providing adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, and more. These systems work well without being intrusive, adding confidence without being annoying. 3. Lexus LBX. Here's a curveball, the Lexus LBX, which is available in many international markets and represents what the UX should have been from the beginning. While availability varies by region for those who can get one, the LBX shows how to do a compact luxury crossover properly. The LBX is based on newer Toyota architecture than the UX, giving it better proportions, more interior space despite similar exterior dimensions, and modern powertrains. It uses a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder hybrid setup producing around 135 horsepower, which sounds modest but works beautifully in the lightweight package. The electric motor provides instant torque for around-town driving, making the LBX feel much quicker than the numbers suggest. What makes the LBX great is its efficiency and refinement. Fuel economy easily reaches the 50s in combined driving, making it one of the most efficient luxury vehicles you can buy. Yet it doesn't feel like a penalty box. The cabin is beautifully finished with premium materials, comfortable seats, and a modern design that feels contemporary and upscale. The technology is current, with a responsive touchscreen and proper smartphone integration. The driving dynamics are also surprisingly good. The LBX is nimble and easy to maneuver in tight urban environments, with light steering and excellent visibility making parking and navigating crowded streets stress-free. Yet it rides comfortably and quietly, maintaining that Lexus character of refined luxury. It's the perfect city car for someone who wants luxury without size or fuel consumption. 4. Lexus LX. Finally, we arrive at the flagship, the ultimate expression of Lexus luxury and capability, the LX 600. Yes, it starts at over $90,000 and can easily exceed $120,000 when optioned up. Yes, it's massive and thirsty, but for buyers who need its unique combination of luxury and capability, nothing else quite compares. The LX is based on the Toyota Land Cruiser 300 series, sharing its body-on-frame construction and serious off-road hardware. But where the Land Cruiser prioritizes durability and capability, the LX wraps those virtues in opulent luxury. The twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 produces 409 horsepower and massive torque, providing effortless acceleration despite the LX's substantial weight. Inside is where the LX justifies its price tag. The cabin is an absolute sanctuary, finished in premium leather, real wood, and brushed metal. The front seats are among the most comfortable in any vehicle, with heating, ventilation, massage functions, and seemingly infinite adjustability. The second row can be optioned with captain's chairs that recline and offer their own climate controls, entertainment screens, and luxury amenities. Even the optional third row is reasonably spacious, though it's still best for children or shorter trips. The ride quality is exceptional, with adaptive suspension that can smooth out the roughest roads while maintaining composure on highways. Sound insulation is world-class, with the cabin remaining library quiet even at speed. The LX cocoons occupants in luxury, making even long journeys feel effortless and relaxing. But the LX isn't just a luxury cruiser. It's also genuinely capable off-road with full-time four-wheel drive, a 2-speed transfer case, locking differentials, crawl control, and multi-terrain select systems. Ground clearance is substantial, approach and departure angles are excellent, and the LX can tackle terrain that would stop most luxury SUVs. For buyers who need to reach remote locations in comfort, whether that's a mountain cabin or a desert job site, the LX delivers. Technology is comprehensive with multiple screens, premium audio, and every driver assistance feature imaginable. The build quality is typical Lexus, meaning it's built to last decades with proper maintenance, while fuel economy is poor, hovering around 17 to 19 miles per gallon combined. Buyers at this price point typically aren't concerned about fuel costs. The LX represents old-school luxury in the best possible way: substantial, capable, comfortable, and built to last. It's not for everyone, but for those who need what it offers, no competitor quite matches its combination of attributes. Meanwhile, the RX, TX, LBX, and LX showcase Lexus at its best, delivering the refinement, quality, and attention to detail that built the brand's reputation. These vehicles justify their prices through exceptional comfort, reliability, and features that actually enhance the ownership experience. The bottom line is simple: Lexus's badge doesn't automatically mean you're getting value. Some models are cynical attempts to capture buyers with attractive starting prices, while others represent genuine luxury and capability. Do your homework, test drive thoroughly, and choose the Lexus that actually delivers on the luxury promise. Your wallet and your sanity will thank you.